Right, so in this video we're just going to create our relationships. So real quick, in the file explorer here, we can just close all this, even the EMB2. In the app, open models, open the conversation model. In here we're going to make some columns fillable. So here, protected fillable, equal that to an array. Here we're going to make the sender ID, comma, receiver ID fillable, comma, last time message. Alright, so this is done for this. Now put a semicolon there, and then we're now going to build our relationship for our conversation model. So here, add a function. Let's call this messages. Not going to receive any parameters. In here we're going to type return this as many, put the message model, messages class. So this basically means that each conversation has got many messages. And another function, call this one user, no parameters. In here we're gonna add return this belongs to user, put the user model there, then class. So this basically means that each conversation belongs to a user and each conversation has got many messages. So next, let's now go to our message model. In here we're gonna add another protected fillable, and then in here we're gonna add something like sender ID, make it fillable, comma, receiver ID, make it fillable, comma. In here we're going to add conversation ID. Next we're going to add the red count and also type. Here make sure you add a comma after each statement. Alright, so for the messages, that's it. Add a semicolon there. Next, let's add our relationships. Here, let's add a function. Let's call this conversation. So here we're gonna make it that each message belongs to a conversation. Alright, this belongs to, put the conversation model, full colons there, class. So each message belongs to a specific conversation. Another function here. Let's make it user. In here let's add return this belongs to user mode, and here you have to add some more arguments here. User class, comma, sender ID. Alright, make sure you add the sender ID because there's no user ID on our messages table. So this means that each message belongs to a user and it also belongs to a conversation. And let's not forget here in the fillable, add a comma, add another statement there, body. Let's make the body fillable. Alright, so if we go back to our browser now, here just come and refresh, and you see that you have this on top here, login and register. So let's register a new user. I'm just gonna use john@gmail.com. I'm gonna copy the same email and use it as a password so it can be easy to remember, and then register. Alright, so we now have a user called John in our system, this guy here. We can create more users because we're gonna need them when we are sending our messages, but for now John is okay. So see you in the next chapter.